What do you think of when I say the disappearing family? What was once the cornerstone of society is now becoming extinct. Let me share an alarming research that has come out. Teens spend more time daily on their social devices, screens, than they do with their family in an entire week. That means that they're spending more times on apps and social media than they are with you as a parent. Did you know that the average family only spends 37 minutes together, quality time daily? That's not enough. The family is suffering in silence. They're in the same house, they're under the same roof, but they are so disconnected and they don't even know what's going on in each other's lives. Now, this isn't about guilt. It's about sounding an alarm because change needs to happen. Hi, my name is Nancy Peterson, and I've been a mother for 3 decades, and I want to share that things don't have to be this way. You can have a different way, the way you do your family. You get to choose your mother. I want to share 4 things that will help you to re-engage your family, but before I do, I want to hit some statistics because I want you to know how detrimental and how much the family has been in the decline. So under mental health, 70% increase in anxiety and depression, and the family bonding. 43% of teenagers say they feel disconnected from their own flesh and blood. Now, sadly, there are some really alarming statistics in the suicide too. Suicide is the second leading cause of death in ages of children 10 to 14 and 15 to 24. And teen suicide is up 60% from 2017. Nearly 1 in 5 high school students report that they have contemplated suicide. Teens are reporting that they can't, rarely or ever, be able to talk to their parents between the hour of 3 and 6 in the afternoon, that the parents aren't around. They're unsupervised in what their activities are. That's when they're coming off those school buses or off out of the schools and they want to talk about it. They want to share, and that's your time to captivate those moments. How have we come to the point that 15 minutes is all we're spending together as a family? Now that breaks my heart, and it shows why there's such a decline, but there's hope, and I want to share that with you. So the first thing you want to do is limit screen time. Set times aside that are screen-free zones and screen-free times. Now, I know this isn't going to be easy. I know no teenager is going to go, hey, thanks, Mom. I'm so excited about that. But the reality is you as a mom have to make those hard truths. We have to lay the line in the sand. So when they were little, we did it when they were potty training. We did it when they needed to eat their vegetables. We did it when they needed to go to bedtime or take a bath or brush their teeth. The same is true even though they're teenagers or school-age kids. We need to set these boundaries because it is what's best for them. So if the average family is only spending 37 minutes a day, we need to flip those time. 33% of the average teen spends over 8+ hours a day on their screens. Now, I know some of that's school time and social time as well. If they have set 7 to 8 hours a day to spend on something, we can carve out some time for our families. So the first thing is to set screen time limits. The second thing is reclaim your dinner hour. So let me say this. This is about bringing back the dinner hour. Now, I know what I'm asking is not easy. I know what it costs to buy groceries. I know the time it takes to plan and prep and get it prepared and eat it, and then you clean it up. I know that is a lot of work. I get it. I've been doing it for the last 27+ years. But there is some good research that is sharing the importance of what can happen at the dinner hour. So let me bring some of this. And only 38% of American families are reporting that they even eat dinner together as a family. Now, research shows us that families that do eat together, these are some of the things. There's 35% less likely to have an eating disorder. They're 24% more likely to eat healthy foods. They're 12% less likely to be overweight. If we use this dinner hour wise, we're going to reap some really good benefits. Talk about faith-based questions that they may have. Connect with them. How is their day? Who are their friends? Where are they going? What are they doing? It's not about interrogating hour. It's about engagement hour. It's about finding out what makes your kid excited. What are they into right now? The third thing is carve time for family time and maybe family traditions. So we just talked about the dinner hour, and this could be flipped into this, but I felt like it really needed its own. But I want to talk about bring back game night. So it doesn't have to be an all night event. It's not, I'm talking about 7 hours of playing games when they come from school till they leave. I'm talking about 30 minutes, an hour that you carve out that you're like, hey, let's play games together as a family. Now, I know some of these things will be maybe met with a little bit of resistance, but keep pushing in, keep valuing it, and your kids will value it. You can have a family game night, read together as a family. Most families are not reading even their Bible together. Even reading good books can help you as a family. So maybe pick up the Narnia series and start reading that to your kids and then watch the movie afterwards. Spend time together as a family. A lot of churches do some service projects, and maybe it's at different holidays, Thanksgiving or Christmas. Plug into that as a family. Look for a neighbor in your area that maybe needs their grass mowed or picked up, or needs their car washed, and do it as a family. This isn't about doing it every single night. This is doing it maybe once a month. But look for ways as you as a family can share time as a family, but also invest in your community. Another idea is take a missions trip. Now, I will always say this, you'll hear me say it over and over again, but I believe what we do here in Mexico. I work with an organization down here, Youth with a Mission, and we have a program called Homes of Hope, where you come and you build a family home in 2 days. Any age kid can be involved. It is so powerful and so impactful. I think every family needs to do it. But plan a missions trip together as a family. So often we send our teens off when they get old enough to do one. I say stop doing that and do it first as a family. Create another tradition that you can do, or another time that you can set aside is create Sabbath rest days as a family. So maybe you can't do an entire day, but you can do 3 or 4 hours where you just turn off the screens, turn off activities, go for a walk. This can be where you can implement those games, doing a meal together or going for a walk, something that you do as a family, something that causes rest, something that doesn't require screens or other mindless kind of things, but create a time where you can just stop as a family and just breathe. And another thing about carving time for your family is carving time for your extended family. Now, this isn't just because I'm a grandma now. I like to be called Nana, in case you want to know. But this is about the importance of that older generation speaking truth, speaking life, and you're modeling it for your kids. If you want your kids to bring back your grandbabies, then you need to model taking them to their grandparents. Now, I know this isn't always ideal in every family. We don't have that. We're not living close. Right now, we live in Mexico, but you can Skype in, you can Zoom call, you can FaceTime. There's other ways to be engaged. There is statistics that show how beneficial that relationship is. And sometimes you don't even have I didn't have grandparents. Both sets, either one lived far away or the other one had passed away before I was even born. So I didn't have this connection, but I had aunts and uncles that spoke into me, that we engaged as a family in family reunions. And that was so important in building identity of who I was and who our family was. So the fourth thing is prioritize faith as a family. There is a 47% decline in families that pray together over the last 20 years. And only 23% of families say that they even attend a regular religious service weekly. Our families are no longer even reading the Bible together as a family. Now, this goes beyond just attending church. There are spiritual habits, foundational practices that we can do at home, whether it's reading the Bible, whether it's pray, whether it is engaging in communication theologically as a family. Why do we believe what we believe, and do you believe what we believe? There's so many different practices, Sabbath days, that we need to practice and model that tithing within our family unit, and to prioritize why we do this as a family, this faith thing. The Bible is so clear. It has whole genealogies of the importance of the family unit, and it talks about it. But we as a family are letting that powerful work, that powerful force just kind of evaporated, and we need to stop. We need to go back to it. Deuteronomy 6 and 7 talks about we need to teach it to our children when we sit, when we walk, when we lie down, all those times over and over again. We need to be pouring this truth. Proverbs 22:6 says it's our job to train up in the child in the way they should go. Satan won't steal our families overnight. It's going to be one habit at a time, one missed opportunity to put away your screens, one extra hour at the dinner time, one more I'm too busy times. We must be more than just present. We must be engaged. Moms, culture is not going to fight for your family. You have to. The small, everyday choices will have huge ripple effect in our families that we're going to invest in, what they're going to look like tomorrow. So let's be intentional and let's reclaim the family.